Rebecca Stolley was a very imaginative young girl who just loved hearing stories about everyday items that turned out to have otherworldly characteristics, such as being alive, or granting things like eternal youth, an extended lifespan, or maybe even complete immortality. Knowing she lived in a world in which otherworldly things could happen at a moment's notice, especially in her hometown of Midhampton, where these things happened regularly, immortals actually lived in and protected the town from worldly threats like troublemakers causing trouble and otherworldly threats like monsters invading. She was only 11 years old and had seen such things as aliens abducting people, zombies rampaging through the streets, and magical beings appearing, helping with certain problems and vanishing quicker than they appeared. One day when she was out with her friends, she heard about a magical diamond that granted its holder infinite wishes, which was hidden somewhere in her town for its own safety. Upon hearing about this, she immediately thought the bad people of town would go after it and abuse its power, so decided to form a group and go hunting for it before the brats got a chance. Joining her on this journey were her best friends Sophie Ryan, Simon Lance and Morag Cohan. Chaperoning them were their older siblings, Ash Stolley, Ben Ryan, Sierra Lance and Tina Cohan, all going with them for their protection. With their group formed and armed with a full map of the whole of Hampton County, as their quest would lead across the county, a 45-year-old woman with red hair and dressed in red heroic attire teleported in front of them. This was Marcia Bennett, a Martian who was adopted by the Bennetts when they found her in America in 1980. She was now a member of the Hampton Heroes. She'd come to warn them to be extremely careful on their quest, and assigned another member of their group to join them. Immortal Joseph Malloy was chosen to go with them. Their journey began as they first started searching every inch of the town, being tailed by a member of the Brats with each step they took, before the Brat following them disappeared, before they knew they were even being followed. As they searched the wasteland just on the entrance to the town, they noticed a group of brats had beaten them there without a chaperone. There was Belle Dreyfus, Hortense Duncan, Brittany Allen, and Luke Stenner, who were digging like mad, but weren't able to find anything. A team of Hampton heroes swarmed in to deal with the brats. Rebecca and her crew watched as the brats were arrested by the Hampton Heroes and taken away. They then ran their metal detector over what was left of the land but found nothing worth digging up, so used their equipment to fill it back in before moving on. As they crossed the border into the village of Lower Hampton, where they continued their search for the magic diamond. Along the way, they met some of the villagers, including the farmer Old MacDonald, who pointed them in the direction of the village general store. Inside the store, Rebecca found the first clue and gave it to Joseph for safekeeping after reading it in her head. They soldiered on through their quest through the village, meeting another brat along the way. This one was Leanne Stein, who was discovered by Simon, who called it in straight away, and a team of Hampton heroes swooped in and arrested Leanne for her affiliation with the brats. As they entered the city of Upper Hampton, with 3 more clues collected in Rebecca's brain, it turned out they didn't meet any obstacles along their way through the city and were met at the bank by immortals Amber Coleman, Sydney Aldershot, and Jack Daniels, who knew where the magic diamond was being kept and were there to help them retrieve it. They led through the bank until they were deep down in the security vaults until they reached a maximum security vault, which only the Hampton heroes knew how to enter. Amber told them to look away, which they did, while the immortals performed the secret security maneuver to open the vault. Amber chose Rebecca to come forward to retrieve the diamond. She guided her into the vault until they reached the diamond, and she encouraged Rebecca to reach out and take it. Once Rebecca held the magic diamond in her hand, it began to blink. This was its way of searching her mind, heart and soul, until it realized she was there to save it, and let her take it, flashing in her hands before becoming the shiny gemstone it should be. This meant it was ready to start granting wishes. and as it was bonded to her, she had to dictate their wishes to it. They made it back home safely, thanks to the diamond for protecting them, and the immortals for helping them along the way. That night, as Rebecca slept, the diamond began to blink. It then glowed all around her room and shone directly over her. Without even knowing it, she was absorbing some of its power. The glow died down and the diamond stopped glowing and returned to normal. She awoke the next morning. The first thing she noticed was that her hair now glistened with diamonds and her body sparkled as she got up and dressed. She wondered what was going on, and found out as she stepped outside to find the street in chaos. Her head began to glow and she raised a hand to try and calm the situation, only to shoot a wave of diamond magic over the chaos, instantly returning the streets to a state of calm. She looked at her hand in confusion over how she did this, only for Marsha Bennett to come to inspect her and detect powers in her. She took her to the Hampton Heroes compound where she explained to her that being the one bonded to the diamond had granted her the magic powers from the diamond, making her the chosen one.